somewhat normal lifestyle.
Hey, Montrezl, Bill Orr with The Athletic. For those of us who've watched you the last few years with the Clippers, I'm just going to say that it looks really weird to see you in a Lakers jersey, but I'm sure we'll get used to it. I'm wondering how that feels for you on this first day, and then as you know, somebody who's played against LeBron a lot, what was the first practice with him like?
It's great to be here, and it's a building process as far as our entire group. I think we're going to take each day as a building block and just going to keep looking to work our plays, work our sets, get our defensive coverages right, and just make sure all the little things are correct. As far as like playing with Bron, it's not hard to play with one of the greatest players that is to play this game that we have right now, man. He makes the game extremely easy for a lot of us on the floor, man, and it's not hard to just pick up off his leadership and just follow.
Hey, Trez, do you see that leadership, like, even just in a first day? I mean, does that show up as you guys are kind of going through almost like an orientation phase of a practice? Is LeBron's leadership that apparent?
I definitely think his leadership is a tremendous skill to have, and I definitely think he's built it up to an unbelievable amount of just work and a student of the game and everything that he's put forth into this game. And yes, it definitely shows because here's a guy that in his I was this 18th, 19th season being in the NBA, man, and he's still just getting better. He's just getting better every day, and it just shows. From his talking to guys, putting guys in the right places, knowing what coach wants us and where he wants us. So I think we have a strong, great leader in LeBron. Not only him, AD, Mark, guy who's been around the league as well, man. So I think we just got great leadership in the locker room overall.
Good to see you. You guys have a preseason game in like 5 days. Compared to other preseasons, how can you compare your readiness as a group with that so close right around the corner?
Honestly, I don't know if I could really, kind of give a grade as to, overall everyone, me, myself. I definitely have been working out, working with my trainer, doing all the little things I can through this COVID period, as far as like getting runs and stuff like that. But, it's a team game, and like I said, it's going to take some gelling. It's going to take some time, man. You got to think guys was just ending the season, fairly 5 months ago, man, and then we're right back into it, man. So it's going to take everybody, not only us, just to, get back into the flow of things, get back into the swing of things, as far as this whole training camp goes. But, I mean, it's definitely, crazy to see, this quick turnaround. And like you said, we have a preseason game on Friday. But, it doesn't make any excuses for us. We don't look for it as an excuse. Like I said, you're just going to have to – this season, I think, for everybody is going to be a big adjustment and having to learn to deal with a lot of different adversity because it's going to be a lot that pops off this year throughout this whole season as far as COVID, having players, not having players, traveling, now it's playing in, for the mainly most part, entirely empty arena. So it's going to have to be one of those things that you're going to have to adjust and just, make it work, really.
Hey, Trez, Kyle Boone from the OC Register.
How you doing?
When it comes to the big guys on this roster, you, AD, Mark, getting in the building together, did today's practice give you a better sense of how you guys kind of might mix and match and maybe how some of you guys can share the floor at the same time?
Honestly, I don't think you could really see those things right off the back from a first day's perspective because you're asking, a guy in AD and Brown who's played with each other for a full year, and now somebody who, like me and Mark, has came up from another team, and we're trying to figure out and trying to, know the ins and outs of how they run their sets here on the offensive end, and the same thing on the defensive end. So, I really don't think that's something that we're really locked in on as far as like. Who's going to be out there together or what lineup is going to be what. Right now we're just looking to get better. Everybody to kind of understand the terminology, both offensively and defensively, and we're looking to just grow from that, man. We have a we have an extremely talented roster. And it's going to be a lot of different matchups thrown out there on any given night. But like I said, when you're playing with a guy like Bron, AD, Mark, guys of that caliber who's been around this game a numerous amount of years and have built a substantial amount of respect and just the overall attention that they bring to the game when they step on the floor, man. It's not going to be hard to kind of play with guys like that. From my perspective, I can't speak as far as every other player.
Right. Last two questions, Mark.
Hey, Trez, Mark Medina here, USA Today. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
The fact that you've already become used to playing without fans in the bubble. I was wondering in what ways might make that easier for this upcoming season, and what ways do you think there'll still be an adjustment because you guys are playing in NBA arenas?
What was the question? One more time. I didn't hear that part. I heard about the NBA arena and the bubbles being empty. But what was the question?
The whole idea that you've already become used to playing without fans when you're so like in what ways might that make it easier to handle that this season?
I don't really think. I don't really think it's going to be easier, honestly, because now we're going to actually be back out into somewhat the real world, our day-to-day lives, as opposed to, we was in a set one area. All our travel was, handled by the staff and the people of the Disney, facilities. But, it's going to be a lot different. And to an instance, a lot tougher, man, because now guys are back in their regular life. They're around family, loved ones, and now you also have to, kind of keep them in that shelter area just so, everybody can stay safe. And also you can stay safe to go in and, perform your job. So it's definitely going to be a lot tougher and I think a lot more difficult to, more so just making sure that we're doing the right things to not put ourselves in jeopardy to, have any setbacks as far as like quarantine or a positive test with COVID. So I definitely think it'd be, tougher as far as being out the bubble or as far as it was in the bubble.
Last one for you, Melissa Rowland.
Hey, Trez, I know it's very early, but I'm wondering if already, does the chemistry feel different on this team than it did with the Clippers?
Honestly, I can't go to say. There's two different teams that you're asking me about. This is where I am, and this chemistry that we're trying to build is going to take a while to build because, in the instance, we haven't all been on the floor at the same time together. We're still learning each other out. We're still getting a feel for how each one of us plays and the little things that we want done. It's a couple guys who've been here who had the honor of playing together and actually winning the championship